guys are new, welcome to the family. My name is Dina. I am so happy to have you guys here. So I actually have a lot of mint from our garden that has been drying for a while. So it definitely needs to be picked off and put in a jar. And I figured I'd do that while I chit chat with you and share with you what's been going on lately. I have a whole bunch of different things to share with you, different video clips from different adventures, updates about what is going on in my life. But before I get into all of that stuff, I actually wanted to share a couple things with you because I have learned so much about herbs in my time this year gardening, because I've never had an herb garden before. This is the first year that I've done this. You know, you kind of learn things along the way that, you know, in hindsight you're like, okay, I could have done that differently, but that's okay. Like, that's part of the learning process. If you notice on the mint, there's actually flowers. So our mint flowered, and I didn't know this until after the fact, but it's actually good to continuously prune your mint throughout the year. And this might be the case for other herbs. But with mint, as soon as it starts flowering, it actually becomes like the leaves become less potent and less healthy because the plant is now focusing so much on the flowers and those seeds and basically like procreating, like, you know, having those seeds spread and have the plant spread and be pollinated and all that. It's more focused on that part and the reproduction of the plant than it is focusing on keeping the current plant healthy. So I went out one day and I noticed that the mint wasn't as bushy and healthy as it was. Like, there was so much mint and it was so green and bushy, and part of this might have been because we've just had really hot days, but I was like, oh shoot, like maybe I should harvest it now, and it had the flower, so it might be partially that. So we did actually lose a lot of mint, unfortunately. We still got a lot, but we definitely would have had more if I had known that before. But you live and learn. Like, next year I'll know better. We do have a little bit more mint that is coming up now, but yeah, just something to know if you don't know that, because I didn't know that. But the flowers are really pretty on mint, I have to say. They're like this really nice purple, and I'll probably find some other use for the flowers too. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them yet. It might be decoration, it might be incorporated into my witchcraft practice, but we'll see. I'm just gonna actually pull off one of these so I can start collecting it into these jars here. Also, when you do this, you want to make sure they're absolutely dry. If there's a little bit of moisture in your mint leaves, there will be mold. I learned that the hard way. I thought that was dry. Apparently it wasn't completely dry enough. So yeah, I went to the lavender field at the beginning of July, and it's called Lavender Hill Farm in Ontario. And what's the name of the city though? I'll put it on the screen. I'm totally blanking on what the city's called. But beautiful lavender field. It was so much fun. We actually went on my best friend's birthday weekend, so we had a really great time doing that. There was a lot of photo shoots. Just the two of us taking pictures of each other and like setting a timer and then running to take some photos. We got some really cute photos, but we also got some really pretty bad ones too, honestly.
No, 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 no.
But it was just so funny because we were just like going so full out, and then like some people are just like taking a few selfies with their phone. There was like a family there having a picnic, and then me and my friend Krista were literally just going like full out photo shoot, getting all the different angles of each other. It was hilarious. But anyways, really beautiful place. It has a really nice little shop and everything with like pretty good prices too. So I actually brought home some lavender to plant in our garden, which I'm crossing my fingers it does okay. I think I may have waited a little too long to plant it because it was pretty tight in that pot. So I'm hoping it does well up there. We put it in the front yard. So we'll see next year when we're in lavender season and it's, you know, in full bloom, if it actually, you know, does well. If not, then I'll get some more. We'll try again because I really want lavender in the garden. I figured before I get into, you know, all my Bancroft shenanigans, because that's fun and I need to go grab my stuff, I'll give you updates on my life. So as of right now, I am unemployed. I'm not gonna share too much. I never actually told you guys where exactly I was working anyways. Like, I never share any real names or anything. I just told you guys I was working at a yoga studio. But unfortunately, where I was working, things didn't work out how I had hoped. It actually became very stressful, and for my own well-being and mental health, I had to leave as soon as possible. And yeah, it was unfortunate because when I first started working there, I thought everything was going to be great and dandy, and it didn't turn out that way. I wish everybody there the best and stuff, and you know, I loved the people I worked with, and I loved the clients that I got to interact with every single day and everything. And yeah, it's really too bad, but you know, I see everything in life as you know, part of the journey. And even if we see it as maybe a mistake or something that like, oh, we should have done differently, I honestly believe that every single part of our journey is important, and I think we were meant to experience those things because they allow us to grow in new ways and allow us to meet new people and open other opportunities. So I am grateful for my time there, even though it was a very small amount of time. I was only there for about 5 months. I am grateful for that experience, and now I am moving forward. I mean, I've had a lot of things going on, like we went to Bancroft and stuff, so I've been, you know, kind of just having some fun, enjoying my summer before I start really stressing about job stuff. But I have started looking and everything, and I've been focusing on my own business, you know, aspirations and stuff. So I mentioned to you guys before how I really want to get this tarot business going. Yeah, I've been really working on it. Like before I was just like doing things here and there, but I've been like working so hard on like social media for the launch, because I actually had a photo shoot this month too. It's August 4th when I'm filming this, but like July was packed with so many things. So I did a photo shoot for like a branding photo shoot, my first branding photo shoot. It was so fun. I'm so excited to show you guys the pictures. Lily, the photographer I work with, she's absolutely like amazing. She's so talented. She brings your vision to life. She's just amazing. I love her so much. She's so sweet and so supportive, and she just makes you feel like confident and stuff. Like I used to be so anxious and like just felt awkward getting in front of a camera in front of people, and like she just brings out this more like confident me, and I'm just so grateful for that because she just really brought my vision to life. So I'm excited for you guys to see those photos. But yeah, since I had those photos finally, I've been working on, you know, branding posts for like Instagram and stuff. There's just so many things you don't realize until you actually really dive into creating a business, how much behind the scenes stuff there is. It's actually very overwhelming, and it's exciting, but it's overwhelming because you think you've got everything, and then you're like, oh crap, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, and there's so many different little integrations and details and just like other legal stuff that goes into, you know, starting a business that you gotta be aware of. Like there's just so much. But also, more exciting news, I officially have a newsletter now. Something I didn't think I was gonna do. Like it's crossed my mind a few times, and then it wasn't until like yesterday, literally, where it's so funny because yesterday I woke up feeling awful. Like I was depressed, I was feeling unmotivated, I was actually feeling very anxious about the idea that I'm unemployed. Like it kind of just hit me like a ton of bricks, and I was like, crap, like I gotta really figure my stuff out. I don't know what's going on. I ended up going on the porch and just, you know, taking some time to meditate, to breathe. I put some music on. I burned some sage from my garden. I made my own sage bundle, and I felt so much better after, and I actually made myself sit in front of my computer, and I felt inspired again. And I started, like I spent basically the entire day working on newsletters. So if you guys want to subscribe to my newsletter, all that information is in the description box. You can go over there and sign up, and you'll be the first to know about everything that Magic Unleashed has to offer, whether it is new offerings, promotions, like promo codes, sales, and just like everything exciting. I might even send you guys little love letters for like inspiration or like little blog type things. So make sure you guys sign up before you leave if that's something that interests you. So Bancroft. So the last time that we went to Bancroft, like it was about 3 years ago, I think. It was pre-COVID. I went with my mom, and we just made it a day trip. We didn't really know what to expect. So this year we actually made it like an overnight thing. We stayed for 2 nights, 3 days in Bancroft because there's so much to explore in that town, and like just outside of the town there's so many other beautiful little towns to explore, and we're like, okay, we want to be able to like really spend time doing that and not feel so rushed this time. We went with my mom's friend and her daughter, and there were so many little adventures we went on. We saw some waterfalls, you know, we went on a hike. there was this adorable little antique shop, and I don't have any video, but I do have some pictures of, you know, beside the antique shop, because they had this adorable garden called the Enchanted Garden. They actually had like a sign and everything, and it was filled with so much milkweed for the monarchs. So if you guys don't know, monarch butterflies are actually endangered, and it is all our fault. So the only food source that monarchs have is milkweed. That's the only thing that they eat. But milkweed keeps getting destroyed from land development and from use of weed killer and things like that. We've destroyed their food source, so their numbers are depleting very, very quickly, and it's very scary. Like, they're such a beautiful species, and we definitely don't want to lose them. So whenever I see that people have gone out of their way to grow milkweed and create gardens for monarch butterflies, I'm just like, oh my god, this is just so amazing. It's great. There were so many butterflies. Apparently not as many as I usually see, so that's a little concerning. But there were a lot of monarch butterflies, and the bees loved it too. It was a beautiful little environment. We took a couple pictures there, and we spent some time just enjoying the environment. But I've been really inspired myself to grow some milkweed in my own backyard. I want to help save the monarch butterflies. And from what I've seen in my own research, it is best to plant the milkweed in the fall, because the seeds need that freeze and defrost cycle to actually grow. I don't know the full science of it, but that's how it works. So I intend to plant some milkweed in my backyard this fall. And if you guys are interested in doing the same and really trying to, you know, help the monarch butterflies survive, then I'll leave some information in the description box below for you guys. I found some really helpful resources. But yeah, if you're interested in, you know, joining the movement and trying to save the monarch butterflies, that would be amazing. I definitely want to be a bigger part of that. But yeah, we had such a beautiful time. And of course, I need to talk to you guys about what I got. First of all, the Bancroft Gemboree, they had this grand opening. It was so nice because, you know, it's been a while since they've opened because of the pandemic and everything, so it was very exciting. They had a whole bunch of different speakers from the town. The mayor was there, and then they also had like the ribbon cutting.
Are we all ready? Don't be shy.
Come on, Rocky.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna count to three. Three comes after two. Okay?
Got the balloon.
1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
But yeah, if you haven't been, the Bancroft Rockhound Gemboree is the largest rock show in all of Canada. It is huge, and it's all in this tiny little town, which is awesome. It's like absolutely great for the economy and everything. It's huge. So there's like 2 giant warehouses filled with so many vendors. And then they also have an outdoor area as well. So honestly, so much stuff to look at, so many goodies. Before I get into the crystals, I actually did get a couple little goodies at the little Enchanted Garden that were just so cute. They had this table, and it was just filled with seashells. And of course I had to pick up a couple. They were only like $1 each. Like, it's so crazy. But I got this one, and it's just like so cool and spiky, and you can actually hear the ocean. I know it's just like the shape of the shell or something, but it's just so magical. Like, I just really like it. And yeah, it's so pretty. I love it. I love how it's kind of like pink on the inside. It's currently hanging out in my bathroom, but I think if I ever do an altar space where I want to really bring in some water energy, then I'll definitely be using this. I also got another seashell. So this one is very pink. It's just so pretty. Okay, so on to the goodies. Let me show you these little spheres I got first. So, oh my god, one just literally rolled, can't talk, one rolled away on me. So I got these 2 spheres and these adorable little, you know, stands for them. But I got a lapis lazuli and a lepidolite. So you kind of have to look up closely to see the, you know, the sparkle and stuff. But the lepidolite is this beautiful purple. It has a lot of sparkle to it, and it fits perfectly on its little stand. And then we have a piece of lapis lazuli. The prices are really good. Now, I know this lapis lazuli has a lot of like the white and stuff, and usually if it's like way more blue, it tends to be a little bit more expensive, but I think it's pretty. I really like it. And just to kind of give you an idea of what the prices are there, you know, it really depends on what vendor you go to, because some of the vendors' prices were a lot better than other vendors' prices. You kind of get a feel of like who to go to after you've been there for a while, so we kind of knew where to scope out the good stuff, the good deals. But also different vendors have different types of crystals, so some are going to be a little bit more common while other crystals are going to be a lot more rare. So they did have very rare minerals there, but you're paying like a few $100s for tiny little pieces. So obviously it wasn't in my budget. I did get some really cool pieces here, but I did have to be mindful of how much I spent because I was technically unemployed as of that time. But I also didn't want to deprive myself either, because like I've been waiting so long for this event. So I did get some cool things, but I did get some good deals too. I was very adamant on making sure I got some good deals on crystals. So the next thing I got is a little round palm stone. This is a piece of Amazonite. I love this piece. I love the shape of it, and it's so smooth and pretty. So yeah, and I actually didn't have a piece of Amazonite before, so that was like another crystal I kind of wanted to add to my collection. And oh my goodness, where do I go next? I'm gonna do a piece of jewelry next, and then I'll go to another crystal. So I got a sunstone bracelet. It's just like so simple and delicate. It's really pretty. I like it. I actually didn't have any sunstone in my collection, so I wanted sunstone just because I loved everything that the crystal stood for and everything. And I just thought it was a very good fit for where I am right now in my life. So this next one's really cool. I didn't have this one before in my collection, and it's something that's sometimes a little harder to find unless you shop online. And I don't know, I'm the kind of person that doesn't really like shopping for crystals online that much. I just like to really, you know, I'm touchy-feely. I like to see it in person. I like to make sure I connect with it, because sometimes you connect with a certain piece more than another piece. So I got a piece of grape agate, and I am just so excited about it. Like, look how pretty that is. Like, isn't it so cool? Like, just the shape of it is, I mean, obviously you can see why it is called grape agate, because it literally looks like a bunch of tiny little grapes. But such a pretty stone. I'm so happy I have a piece in my collection now. Okay, the next piece. Let's look at, I got a couple smaller stones. So we got a piece of tiger's eye here. Before going in, I only had a very small tumble stone of tiger's eye, so I wanted a larger piece, and this one was definitely standing out to me. I also got a piece of red tiger's eye. I've never seen this before. Some of you may have. But yeah, I was not familiar before with red tiger's eye, so I was really excited. I also got a couple really tiny pieces. So there's this one section that had just like a bunch of like little tiny pieces of crystal just in little tiny bags for $1. So you can just like pick out whatever you want for $1. I got a piece of sodalite, just a little tiny piece, and there's actually a sodalite mine right in Bancroft. So this is right from Bancroft, which is pretty cool. I also got a piece of kyanite. Very pretty. It's just like a little sliver, but I'm like, whatever, it's $1. They actually did have some larger pieces that weren't horribly priced, like they were pretty good deals, but I just like, I didn't feel called to a big piece. I'm like, I just want a little piece. I don't know, do you ever have that? Like, I also just like don't have a lot of shelf space anymore in my room, so I just wanted something simple. So the next thing I got was a raw piece of Amazonite. I already had the tumble stone, but I'm like, I don't know, I just like wanted this little piece. I just thought it was cute, and yeah, it's nice to have a raw piece too. Okay, these next ones are really pretty. I got a piece of pink amethyst, which I learned is just a trade name, like it's not the official name. It's actually just called amethyst. And yes, it is pink, which sometimes confuses people because most people think of amethyst, they think of purple, but amethyst can come in so many different shades, which is really cool. But yeah, I got this beautiful piece. Like, look how sparkly that is. It's so sparkly. Oh my goodness, yeah. And I have like a little pink amethyst tower, or not tower, sorry, a pyramid. And it's gorgeous, but it's nice to have a raw piece that really, you know, shows that sparkle, and it's just beautiful. I got one more crystal to show you, and then I got a couple other items that are cool, that have crystals on them, but they're not just crystals. So this is actually a combination of crystals. So the pink crystal that you see on here is called dolomite. It's so pretty. My mom actually got a piece of this herself, and hers is like a little bit longer, and it's mostly dolomite, and it has 2 types of crystals. This one has 3 different types of crystals. So we got the dolomite, we've got the little clear quartz. So I'm gonna try and get as close to the camera as possible, but if you look really close, they're like these really tiny double terminated I think that's what you call it, points. They have like 2 different like ends. It's so hard to explain. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm talking about, but it's very pretty. So not only does it have the dolomite, which is this, and the quartz, but it also has pyrite in there. So you can see all that gold colored stuff, that's the pyrite. So I was very drawn to this crystal. It's so pretty. There's so many variations of color in there, but I don't know, it's just so pretty. Like I really, really vibe with this crystal, and I found a really pretty spot for it in my room, so yeah. I'm happy with this find for sure. We're gonna talk about this one next. I got this beautiful handmade wand, and the lady that was running this stand, she's so talented, guys, honestly. She had a whole bunch of these different wands and stuff, and had various types of jewelry. I actually got a necklace for one of my friends from her. Something like this I could definitely use like in my practice, and it's also just beautiful on my shelf too, but like I think I'll actually incorporate this in some practices, whether it is casting a circle or whatever it may be. So loving this. And the next piece that I have to show you guys, I saw it the first day, came back the next day because I couldn't stop thinking about it. And it is this piece right here. I'll put it on to show you guys in a second, but let me give you a close-up. So this is actually made of deer antler, and it's carved into the skull of a raven. And let me try and get a good angle. There you go. So you can really see like the pattern of it, but it's so cool. Like I've never had anything quite like this before. I've never had any sort of deer antler. And then the bead chain it's on, these are all crystals. So these ones right here are pyrite, and then the rest is black tourmaline. Isn't that just gorgeous? The small business that created this necklace is called Moon Song Crystals. I'll make sure to link them below in the description box so you can show them some love. Jen, the lady that was running the booth, she was so sweet and so kind, and I'm very much grateful to have met her. This is just a beautiful addition to my collection, and something I really wanted to share was, so I was just really drawn to this necklace. I hadn't really looked into ravens or anything like that. And after the fact, after I bought this necklace, I was thinking to myself in the car, I wonder what ravens represent. So of course I got on my phone and I started Googling what ravens represent. And I was so surprised and amazed when I found out ravens happen to be my birth totem animal in Native American culture, which I had no idea. Like I didn't know that going in. They have these birth totem animals that are associated with, you know, your birth date. And it's very much like zodiacs, you know, how like Libra's from this date to this date, and then Taurus this date to this date, and so on. That's basically what it is, but they're like animals and they have the different characteristics associated with them. But beyond that, there are a lot of different things that ravens are associated with. So some of the meanings and symbolism that I found on the internet are transformation, opportunity, third eye, insights, partnerships, guidance, survival, adaptability, things like that. So it also kind of felt relevant with where I am right now, because you guys know I'm in this weird transition period where I'm just like having to really adapt, but also going through this transformational period of, you know, creating something of my own. So it just felt perfect. I love this necklace so much, and doesn't it just like fit the vibe? Like I love it with like a black shirt and then this piece right here. I think it just looks really elegant. So thank you again, Jen. This is honestly a work of art. I absolutely love this piece. It's so beautiful, and I'm so excited to have it in my collection. But yeah, make sure you show her some love on her Instagram if you're interested. She had so many other cool pieces. Like they had so many different crystals and other types of jewelry and stuff. Definitely one of my favorite vendors. Like, you know how there's some tables that just really stand out to you, and there's so much cool stuff. But her stand definitely really stood out to me. Like I really loved her stuff. Anyways guys, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm gonna end it here, but thank you so much for joining me for this chit chat. I'm gonna continue to finish this because I still have so much mint to harvest. Like that literally filled this jar. Like I think I can stuff a little bit more in here, but I think I'm gonna need like 4 different jars, honestly. Anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful day or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye guys.